Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-September 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean people out there. Hope you're all doing great, my friends. Let's get it going, my gods. Talk to me. What do we have? What do you got for us? What do you have for the collective? What energies, messages, insights can we take a peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces. What do you got for Fish Gang here? What do you got for all of us? God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What's going on with the Pisces collective here? There we go. Pretty specific, but we'll take it. Okay, and I say Fish Gang, and then we get the Under the Sea Ariel card. Interesting. Drawn to water much, my friends? Okay, we'll talk about this. I always love when the Little Mermaid shows up. Okay, and this energy does play very well with Piscean energy, if I do say so myself. Now, before we jump into that Little Mermaid, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card, because, yeah, there's a lot of classic themes connected to it, but I feel like there's depth. Now, we see this individual, and I call her Ariel because this card just screams Little Mermaid to me. And notice that half of her body's under this beautiful ocean, the sea, but her head is still in the clouds. To me, this is a big card of looking towards the future. So for a lot of us Pisceans in this time, that might just be the place where we're at. Like, where do we want to go? Where are we going from here? What does the future hold for us, as opposed to like living in the past, which could be a good thing. When I see this card, I think of an energy that can be calm, serene, and beautiful, but there's still more that this person wants to do, just like the Little Mermaid tale, right? She was a princess, lived in the beautiful ocean, but there was more. There was a craving for more, and that's what this card really speaks to me about. Now, since her head is in the clouds, it could be very daydreamy. And listen, as part of the Pisces collective myself, I know we are extremely imaginative. It always shows up in the beginning of every reading. So that's kind of like a baseline message for every Pisces reading I ever do. Is like, okay, well, you might be daydreaming and imaginative. That's very good for any creative pursuit. So we're just going to leave it at that. Big focus towards the future, and I do like it. But let's see what Tarot has to say. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up here for my Pisceans, please. And yeah, while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Now, it did seem a little rough for some. The reading was titled A Big Ending, and it felt like a chapter closing. Okay, so for a lot of Pisceans, whether it's something that's already happened, whether it's something that's still processing, to me, it didn't feel like a permanent 10 of Swords type of ending. It was more like on to the next chapter type of vibe. So, I mean, we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards here for my Piscean people. What do you got for us? Guides and Spirit Team, what is happening? Yeah, I mean, I've been saying it, right? On to the next chapter, and we start with the Fool card of New Journeys. So this could be good. This could be good. I don't want to get too overly excited about this. It's our zodiacal neighbor right there, Aries energy. It's an initiator. It's action-oriented, usually pretty lighthearted. Let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more. The Sun, whoa. Okay, now both of these cards do have a depiction of the sun. This could be really nice. I'm trying to stay even-keeled here, Pisces, but I mean, we got 2 of the best cards in the whole deck leading us off, and that's a good sign. Let's get one more. What do we got for Pisces, please? Okay. Hanged Man. Okay. All right, that doesn't feel bad, not at all. For some of you, that could be a delay or something that might take a little effort to get it off the ground or to actually get it moving. Okay. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first glance, I'm looking at the elemental mixture. Obviously, we're looking at all major arcana here, which could represent big, powerful themes in our lives. And we're starting with 2 fire energies, which is all about action, initiating things. It's goal-oriented. and they're very, very positive. But we also have this Hanged Man on the back end, which feels a little bit stuck. So we have this intriguing mixture, mixed bag type of energy where there's like really great stuff coming in, but at the same time, there's like a reserved, like, no, no, not yet, not yet, not just yet. So it's going to be intriguing to see how this all plays. Let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out. So position number one, we're starting with the Fool, and I've been seeing it since we had the Little Mermaid in the very beginning and last week's reading that like a new chapter's coming up for a lot of Pisceans. And I mean, the Fool came in to prove that message right. So you might be connected to an Aries. Maybe you have Aries placements yourself. I know I have Pisces and Aries in my chart. And the Fool is the first of the major arcana, the first tarot card. It's the protagonist. So whenever we see this, we think of fresh. We think of new cycles, new journeys and adventures. It's usually a very good adventurous type of card. It's action oriented. So it's not staying still, it's doing things. Usually there's a jovial sense of energy here. It's happy. It's looking at things in a positive way. So this is a great way to start. But every single card, every one, has a challenge attached, right? Like there's positive and negative in everything, and there's gray area. When it comes to the Fool card, since it's connected to Aries, the initiator, it could be very spontaneous. It could be unpredictable. You might need to be cautious when this is here, which we kind of see here on the back end with the Hanged Man. Like, don't do anything too spontaneously, like think it through, slow and steady. Okay, that's the little lesson we learned from this Fool card, that it could just be Spirit telling us to slow our roll, like slow it down. Okay, so we're going to have to look into this for sure if that's not representing a person. Now, moving to the center, as we get this Fool placed right by the amethyst once again, we have the Sun card, my friends, the most positive card in the whole entire tarot deck showing up here. Leo energy, so you might be connected to Leo when this shows up. If that's not the case, let's talk about it. This is source energy. This is that light, life, love that shines down on us from Spirit. It's beautiful, it's illuminating, it's warm, it's loving, it's caring. So when I see this, I think of victory, I think of wins, going the right way, and there's a certain sense of spiritual connectedness to this. Now, the Sun also has a bit of a challenge too, or a few. This is a very intense energy. It's one that is fleeting as well. So it comes on really hard and it could also be fleeting. But when we see the Sun, we could think of revelations, realizations, aha moments, connecting the dots. So for a lot of Pisces, if there's certain things you've been indecisive or confused about, when the Sun shows up, it's revealing all. Nothing can hide under the rays of the Sun. And that's what we think of when this card is here. And yeah, it can represent things coming to light. So the mystery or the secrecy becoming known. Okay, but to me, I'm not feeling that just yet. Even if this showed up in the reverse, it would have been extremely positive. Now, the only thing we're definitely going to need to pay very, very close attention to in this reading is the back end card, because right here, we have the Hanged Man. So it's like, okay, we're moving forward. We got a lot of motivation. We got a lot of fire under us. Boom, this is full stop. So whereas the Fool is full go, this one is like we're stomping on the brakes here. So for some of you, there could be certain things that you are stopping, certain things that have lost momentum or have stopped when this shows up. When I see the Hanged Man, it's a retracted, pulled back type of energy similar to the Hermit. Could connect to Scorpio or Virgo energy. And when it shows up, it's analyzing. It's very analytical. It's extremely strategic. So we could be talking about planning or needing to plan, especially with all these energies. Don't be too spontaneous. Take your time, plan something out. Now, for all intents and purposes, this card does seem like it could be stuck, but it's really not. To me, it's just taking time to analyze. This is also a card of self-sacrifice. So you might be the type of individual where you sacrifice your happiness for that of others. Okay, so we're just going to have to really look at this, because yes, it can be a situation. Yes, it could be a problem, but I feel more so it could be a caution, because it's like, yeah, we're good. We're pumped up. This is awesome. This is great. The Hanged Man tells us like, whoa, 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 slow it down. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Pisceans, guides and spirit team. What is going on? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Fool. Yeah, the cards are trying to jump out of my hands already. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, You drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Fool, what's it doing? Quick, Hierophant, long-term success. This feels great. This feels great. Now, this is another major arcana. So these are major, major energies that are connected to the Pisces collective. And we're not talking short-term gains here. We're talking long-term. So I really like the energy and the place that it's headed right now. Now, I will say this for a portion of you. The fact that we have like these two action-oriented cards, then we have the two cards slowing it down. I don't necessarily feel like it's a big problem that we're picking up here or a situation that's really going to get in your way. I just feel like there is something that you need to do slow and steady and be very calculated about it. There could be a very certain process that you need to go through. Like it's like, all right, don't rush this. Do not rush this. When we see the Hierophant, we could think of spirituality. We could think of long-term connections. This is one of the cards of marriage, but it's also a card of institutions, governments, corporations. It's a very grounded, immovable type of energy. So when I see it underneath the Fool, to me, it's like, all right, empire building type of energy. It's like, okay, Rome wasn't built in a day, and I know that's cliche. I'm still seeing energy of wins and victories coming up. There's good energy around long-term prosperity and possibilities, but to me, it's like, all right, just lay the cornerstone, lay the foundation first, then you could start building. This is a very, very unique but particular reading this week, Pisces. So there could be something, whether it's relationships or otherwise, that you might just need to take your time and be very meticulous about it. Because listen, as part of the collective myself, I know we have very rich imaginations. We get a lot of great ideas, right? And we want to put them into effect. But sometimes we need to be a little more pragmatic and down to earth. And that's what this card asks us to do. Realistic. Be realistic. Let's keep moving forward. I like it, though. I don't feel like it's raining on our parade. So let's see what's up with the sun. Let's see what's up with the sun. Because I'm still feeling good. Still feeling nice here. So why is the sun in the mix for Pisces, please? What's going on? Thank you. I mean, my friends, it doesn't get much better than this. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse underneath the sun. This is really great for healing. So if you're in any situations that seem like they're holding you down, or you're grounded, or it's just something that's been lingering with you for a long time, shining the sun on it and really taking a close look at it will do a lot of healing within you. I know that's like a broad statement, but the Five of Pentacles is usually a card of someone feeling lonely, destitute, things like that. It's a very uncomfortable type of energy. Notice that it is in reverse underneath the sun, so this energy is warming up. So this is like a problem being solved. Now, again, I'm seeing these energies of wins and victories all over the place. There is some sort of struggle, be it emotional or material, that is almost through. That's the vibe I'm picking up here. So there is absolutely the energy of like massive victory and win here. Okay, so it all really depends on like where your focus is the most at this time. That's where the universe is going to shine its light. That's just what's coming through for me. Okay? Now, again, the Five of Pentacles in reverse is a problem being solved and something getting better. Okay, and I always say this is thrown out in the cold when it's in the upright. When it's in reverse under the hot, intense sun, this is things starting to thaw. Okay, so again, if you've been in any situations where you've been feeling stuck, it's like the ice is starting to thaw out here. I like it. So again, there's like massive energy of win and victory all over this place, but it's slow. Okay, it's slow. It's not the fastest moving. So you could see big improvements in a lot of areas. Let's go in on the Hanged Man. Okay, and then we'll do a quick little recap before we get the Shadow card. I'm liking the energy this week. I really am. So why is the Hanged Man here for the Piscean collective? What's going on? Why is the Hanged Man here? Thank you. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords in reverse underneath this Hanged Man. There is something that you should not try to force. There's something like, don't force it, like let it be. And again, I've been seeing that too. Like there's a certain process. You might need to let something happen a certain way. When I see the Five of Swords in reverse underneath the Hanged Man, it's like, let it happen. Just let it happen. However it's going to happen, that's how it's going to be. And listen, as Pisceans, I know we're a mutable sign. We are very good with going with the flow. We are very adaptable. That's a hallmark of Pisces energy. And when I see the Hanged Man, that's like stop, analyze, slow it down. With the Five of Swords in reverse, it's a clear, concise sign where it's like, okay, something's already in motion. It's already in motion. Don't force it. Don't rush it along. Let it play out how it's going to play out. So take that for whatever it is that you might be going through right now. Now notice both of these fives are in reverse. That's indicative of change. Okay. The Five of Swords usually is very aggressive, right? Self-focused. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to look out for number one type of energy, and I'm going to exert my effort into something until I get the result I want. That's kind of how this comes through when it's in the upright. In reverse, it's like, I'm not doing all that. I am not doing all that. Okay, so whether it's you getting involved in other people's stuff, to me, it just feels more like a process or something that you should enforce. Okay, and I don't think you have to. Okay, I really don't. So let's go through and do a quick recap here, Pisces, because overall, I love this energy. I think it's very claimable. But let's go through and then we'll get into the shadow card. But position number one, we have the Fool card with the Hierophant in the upright. And I did say this is kind of like empire building, like lay the foundation first before you start building the edifice. To me, it's like, all right, we're looking for the long run here. There's like big long-term possibilities, so this is great. Moving to the center, we have the sun shining down on that Five of Pentacles in reverse. So if you've been feeling like isolated or lonely or anything like that, that energy could be changing. But this is showing me that times are a change and there is going to be some sort of win or victory. Now, if you have been feeling stuck in any sort of way, the Hanged Man with the Five of Swords in reverse is just telling us that a process might be through or close to being over. But then there's also something that you shouldn't force. You should just let it evolve how it needs to. Okay, and Pisces is a very intuitive sign. I think you're picking up what I'm putting down here. So yeah, please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows now. So let's get a good shuffle here. What do we have for the Pisceans, please? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. What do we got for Pisces, please? Guides and Spirit Team. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, shadow card time. What do we got? Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I love tarot. I love divination. We have the Seeker, and in this deck, the Seeker is the Fool. The very first tarot card that showed up is also our shadow card. So this does tie in, and it's been a very distinct theme since the very beginning of this, that for a lot of you, whether a cycle is just closing out or it's about to, it's like there's a new journey ahead. There's a new cycle and a new journey coming up for you. Even if like you don't quite see the steps that you're going to have to take to make it happen, to me it's more about focusing on the long-term aspects of it and the end results you want with this Fool, because all the things I said about the Fool still apply with this as a shadow card. Don't be overly ambitious in this time. Make the right actions that you need to make and be excited about this energy, because there's massive victory all over the place here. Be excited about it, but at the same time, do not force. Do not force when this shows up, and don't be too spontaneous. Okay? Simple, straightforward. So Pisces, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks of all time, the beautiful Wizards Tarot. It's gorgeous and it works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where would you like to go for your dream vacation? What are you manifesting? Let me know. Let's bring it to fruition. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again.